Jordin Tootoo is an inspiration to all of us here at a heartbeat of our first intermission. Here he is with Stephen Brunt. Stephen.
When people ask you what it was like growing up in Rankin Inlet, growing up in the north, how would you explain it to people?
I guess the one word that comes to mind is freedom. For me, it was having the flexibility of being able to just be a kid, kid that wants to play outside.
How does life change with the cycle of darkness and light? It's so dramatic. The further north you get, of course, the more dramatic it gets. But how does that change kind of the rhythm of how you live?
In the high Arctic, weather, time of the year has a huge factor in, substance abuse, suicide rates, and just living in general, right? You have to become mentally strong. But until you experience the life living in the Arctic, there's no comparison.
What was it like? You and your brother Terrence had to, in order to play hockey, you made the journey south, and you were in the PA, and then you both wound up in Brandon. What was it like as a northerner coming south?
A lot of challenges. A lot of us grew up out on the land, and that's where we feel safe, and that's where we feel whole as individuals and as Indigenous people. Our land is our savior. When we came south, we were like the outsiders, right? And having to face racism on a continuous basis, it was tough. That being said, in order for us to lead the life that we were living in Rankin, we knew that hockey was our out.
There's a way of life up there that is very positive and you say very community oriented and goes to your roots in a lot of ways, but there's also a challenging part of life up there that you were getting away from, right?
Yes, absolutely. And I've talked and publicly open about my upbringing and the challenges that come with substance abuse, dysfunction in family homes and in our communities. I don't resent my parents at all. Like I said, I'm grateful that I was able to experience those and have siblings to lean on. And you see that in every community. And I tell people home's always going to be home, no matter what. Now that I'm retired, I have the opportunity to head up there and get all the hunting and fishing I want and spend time with the family and help our community bind together.
You've talked about your own struggle with addiction and triumph over addiction. 9 years now, right?
9 years.
Congratulations, my
Thank
friend. And you talked about your brother and about what happened with Terrence. What do you think you've been able to accomplish? What have you been able to do by telling those truths and by kind of revisiting stuff that for you and your family is incredibly painful?
For me to open up and be honest and share my life story, I think it really created a lot of uproar within the older generation of, always not talking about, your feelings and what happened. We tend to shut up and put up with and deal with everything behind closed doors. I feel that part of our life is it's time to move on from, the silence. We all fight a fight no one knows about until you're able to express your feelings and articulate, your thought process and put them to words. Will only help our communities grow and prosper and give our youth a future.